What's up, you guys? Bryce Greenleaf here, your greater Seattle area real estate agent. So this video, I'm going to go over the Seattle real estate market, kind of what we're seeing, what you should maybe expect moving forward. So if you're somebody that's thinking about buying a home, jumping into the market here in the near future, or you're on the other side and you're thinking about selling your home and going through that whole thing, definitely check out this video. There are some things happening in the real estate market that are changing. It is shifting a bit. So it's definitely something you want to keep an eye on. So if you watched my last market update video for August of 2021, I told you that things were starting to shift. They were starting to slow down a little bit because we had seen so much insane competition really for the last almost 12 months where it was just going crazy. Prices were going crazy. I mean, we saw appreciation in many cities anywhere from 20% to 45% in 1 year in median home value increases. So that is obviously not sustainable, and we're starting to show that here because we're no longer growing quite at that pace, and it is calming down a little bit. So I kind of want to go over that with you today, show you some statistics that are showing us those trends, and then kind of dive into those and see what we should expect. All right, so the first stat I want to go into here is the median home prices. So in Snohomish, the median home price for August of 2021 was $688,000. Now, this has actually gone down. So you can see on the chart here, the previous month we were at 700, and the month before that we were at 705. So the fact that our median home price has actually gone down 2 months in a row in Snohomish County is pretty incredible compared to what we had been seeing the last 12 months. So that is fantastic news for you home buyers out there, because that's just going to help you even further be able to get into a home without having to deal with so much competition and these homes going for so much over asking price. Now, the same thing, a very similar thing can be said for King County. In King County, the median home price is $857 right now, and just the month before it was $871. So again, it has gone down. So this is not to say that the market is crashing, things are falling off. You should wait and it's going to keep falling further and further. That's not the case. This is just a simple little shift because our market was growing at a pace that just was not healthy and could not sustain. So this is just giving us a gut check right here is basically what this is. It's calming down a little bit. Don't expect these prices to keep falling and falling and falling month after month after month. That's not going to happen. Prices will keep going up. I think they're just going to keep going up at a much more healthy pace. I mean, a healthy appreciation on an annual basis for real estate is more like 5 to 7%, not the 20 to 45% that we saw for the last 12 months. So I'm thinking as we continue to progress through the end of this year and into next year, I'm hoping we're starting to see a little bit more of a healthy appreciation in the market. So now for the rest of the year, the last, 4 months, we're in September here, so we've got almost 4 full months left of this market of this year. You know, these numbers are also influenced a little bit by the fact that we are moving into the slower season. So summer is over, we're getting into the fall here, and that's when things typically start to slow down a little bit. Now, we didn't see that last year because of COVID. It pushed everything back, so we had an extremely busy fall and winter last year. However, I think this year we're going to start to get back to the normal, and it's going to start to slow down a little bit. We're already seeing less listings coming on the market now here in the last couple of weeks, and things are starting to slow down. So that also plays a role as there aren't quite as many buyers out looking right now, and of course there aren't as many sellers as there are in the peak times in spring and early summer. So speaking on that, on the sellers, let's look at the active listings here. So for Snohomish County, it's 704 active listings for the month of August for residential and condominium, and in the month before it was 728. So you see that our listings have come down, our inventory has come down a little bit in Snohomish County. Same can be said for King County. Last month it was just over 1,500 in active listings, and the month before that it was just over 1,800. So again, we've seen a little bit of a drop off. Now, this isn't great news for you buyers because it is reducing the amount of inventory, so giving you some less options. But with everything slowing down, the prices have leveled out a little bit more. It's still going to make things a bit easier for you if you can find the right home that you're looking for. All right, and stat number 3 let's go to here is the list price to sale price ratio. So this shows us how much homes are selling for based on their list price. So for Snohomish County in August, it was 105.1% of the list price. So that means on average, things were of course still selling for well over list price, 105% of list price. However, this has continued to go down for 4 months in a row now. Last month it was 106.6%, and you can see the months previous it was even higher. So this is more evidence, more news here that that competition and those extreme bidding wars are definitely slowing down. Same thing can be said for King County, 105.6% right now, and it has gone down again for the last 4 months. So all of these stats put together here as we're evaluating the market is showing us that it is getting a lot more friendly for buyers. Homes aren't going for nearly as much over list price. It's not quite as competitive as it was before, and homes just are not selling for the insane rapid increases that they were previously. So this is great news for you buyers out there. Now for you sellers, it's obviously still a seller's market when we're seeing homes sell on average for 105% of the listing price. Let's not fool ourselves into saying that this is a buyer-friendly market. It's a buyer's market now. We're not even close. We're still, on average, getting well over asking price for these homes. So it is still a solid time for you sellers to be putting your home on the market. But it is just calming down a little bit compared to what we were at before. So moving forward, I would expect this trend to continue through the rest of the year and through early winter. December, January, February, I'd expect these trends to continue where we're seeing a little bit of an increase in prices, but not super drastic. And then they're not going for nearly as high over list price and not getting nearly as competitive. We'll see what the following spring holds, what the market is starting to look like then, but I have a feeling it's not going to be anywhere near as difficult for buyers next spring as it was the previous spring and just this summer. So things are starting to shift a little bit, as you can see, cooling off a bit. Still a great seller's market, but getting much more friendly for buyers here coming up. So if you're somebody that's looking to jump in the market, you've got questions on kind of the time frame that you might want to be buying or selling your home, you need some help on doing that whole thing, going through that whole process, feel free to let me know. My info is here on the screen. You can call, text, or email me, and I'd be more than happy to help you out and see what we can do to put a plan in place for you. But I appreciate you guys watching this market update, and I'll see you on next month's update.